Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our chant class for Asia. Today is, I guess, the weekend of Thanksgiving here in the U.S. So I'm looking forward to getting a lot of gifts this year. No one? Just kidding. The reason I bring it up is that every year so far, we for quite a few years, I've upgraded my iPhone. Not always the latest model, but I usually upgrade. But this year, I made a promise to myself. I will upgrade no more. Enough waste. Because I noticed, for example, this is a season of the gifts, the holidays and giving gifts. I noticed that, for a 10% improvement in performance and convenience and so forth, you have to shell out a lot of money. And then they go to waste. I heard an appalling statistic. It seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, like every day we're destroying like 30 million phones in the world. It is scary. That kind of waste needs to be stopped. We're poisoning not here in developed countries, but developing countries and lesser developed countries, they're dying. They're being poisoned by our trash, by our wastes. Okay? I think we should feel more responsible for such wastes. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean that we no longer are responsible. So that's why I said this year, no more iPhone upgrade for me personally. Okay? Red cars, yes, but no iPhone. Okay? All right. Also, it comes to mind that there's a lot of upheaval in the U.S. as expected. Lots of cost cutting will happen next year with the new administration. So we all need to brace ourselves for hard times. People will lose their jobs, not just in U.S. governments, but also percolates down to the economy as well. They will cut costs, and that will affect the whole economy, not just the U.S., but also of the world. Okay, and so please be careful, save your money, and numbers matter this year. If possible, try to cut back on your holiday expenses by at least half. Save it for rainy days. Or for charity purposes, okay? Because hard times are coming for a lot of people. And I'm not criticizing it's necessarily a bad thing. We've been wasting a lot of resources here in the U.S. So it's a good idea to cut back on such wastes, but it means inevitably a lot of suffering for a lot of people, especially the ones who need help. Okay, they no longer have the fats, our fats, and so therefore, be careful, save your money, and it's time for us to change our paradigm where it's not the fun is not from gifts, but is can we change it to quality time spent together? And build those memories on lesser material things. Okay, I'm be glad to hear your input, your thoughts on this, because it's important. Holiday times are the times that we bond, and we have a good time together. And these are memories that will last a lifetime. But let's be more responsible, more conservative, shall we? All right. Anyone has any questions and comments? So no new phones for me. Definitely no EVs. You know where I stand, how I feel about EVs. EVs are scams. Okay. No iPhone, EV. What else? What else you think is? Can we cut back on plastics in general? Okay. We need to cut back on our plastics usage. They don't get recycled. Don't believe all those symbols you see on the says recyclable, whatever. It turns out that they're not recycled at all. Okay, it's a scam from the companies, okay, from the Amazons, from the consumer goods companies. So let's avoid plastics as well, as much as we can. And that's something we can do. Consume less plastics. Buy more durable things. And don't go for unnecessary upgrades. Okay? I'm going to keep my iPhone 14 for at least 3 years. I'm stretching the 2-year cycle by 50% to 3 years at least. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm touching some iPhone lover.
No,
6.
Master, I am still using iPhone 12.
You have iPhone 12?
Yeah, and then...
oh, shame on me.
No, because it's a long story. But for what is worse, the new iPhones are not worth to upgrade into. There's no real reason to, so you're not missing anything.
I'm sorry? There's no what?
You're not missing anything by not upgrading.
Yeah, it's just like, I thought it's cool to whip out the iPhone and say, oh, excuse me, I have to take a phone call.
It hasn't been any meaningful improvements for the last
it's just that I need to make the public announcement because sometimes some of my disciples try to spoil me and give me a real fancy iPhone, which I tend to give it away anyway. I don't need those fancy iPhones. Okay? So absolutely, as I thought back, I say every single year, yes, it's slightly faster, but you throw away your phone, what for? We should, as you cultivate, we learn to get by with enough. Okay, that's very important. That's that kind of mindset. Okay, don't minimize our waste because it matters. If we save, there's a Samsung SM99110. Okay, as a participant. All right. No, iPhone with Samsung too. Never mind. We should be more responsible. That the things that we done using, we should think about where they're going to end up, because we are responsible, like it or not. We're responsible. We use a lot more plastics. We're poisoning our nieces and nephews, including ourselves. Okay. Most of us will go to the Pure Land, okay? But for those who are still stuck around here, and they're going to suffer, and they're going to be miserable, okay? All right. Anyone else? Okay. Well, I really can't think of anything to talk to you about without sounding so pessimistic and sounding the alarm, because this is supposed to be a good time, holiday time. Yes, 6.
How old do you have to be to learn the 42 hands and eyes?
How old do you have to be?
Yeah.
Very old. Are you interested in learning 42 hands and eyes?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Because it's cool?
I guess so, yeah.
Huh. Well, young man, the reason we transmit the 42 hands and eyes have several reasons. Number one primary reason is that it for our work in our world, the adults like us, we carry a lot of weight, and we once our disciples are strong enough, they will be allowed to use the 42 hands and eyes to meddle in others' business, okay? Because they can fend for themselves. They no longer are a burden. And so, but it takes a while in order for them to get to that level. It's like weaponry. 42 hands and eyes are like weapons, spiritual weapons. The spiritual weapons enable us to do good, to defend ourselves and do good. That's point number one. Point number two, equally important, is for enlightenment, meaning that every time we practice the 42 hands and eyes, we are planting the seeds for very, very big enlightenment. Okay, and so those are the two major reasons. You are different. You are young, and you should be, unless you want to become a monk, you should be learning, acquiring knowledge, okay, and improve your communication skills, develop your communication skills. So I feel that it's probably a little bit premature for you to learn 42 hands and eyes, because there's a drawback to it. There's one big drawback. That is, at your age, if you practice the 42 hands and eyes, they will help you develop skills faster. For example, they tend to open your spiritual eyes. And I don't know if your mom is excited about this, but if you might open your spiritual eyes and see like the next super lotto numbers, it's not good for you. Because what happened to these people, to all you people, is that this is why we never emphasize spiritual powers or seeing things. We actually prefer not to see anything, because once you're able to see, you become attached to what you can see. And that stops you from making progress. You know that? And so if, let's say, you're able to see things, see ghosts, see spirits, see a little bit of the future, see what's happening in Valley Fair, okay, 3-4 miles away from here. That's what you do. You keep on using those things, and those things are meant, the 42 hands and eyes, are meant to be aids for the work and seeds for wisdom, not to be exploited. Okay, and that's why usually 42 hands and eyes are cultivated under supervision, where we watch over you and make sure that you don't abuse them, because you do, you will suffer. Your progress will suffer. Okay, and so. At your age, I don't feel that it's necessarily a good thing for you to learn, okay? If you are interested in learning about 42 hands and eyes, then there are certain things you can learn, such as other mantras that are, if you're interested in 42 hands and eyes, I would memorize Tabe Jo, Great Compassion Mantra, and I will recite it, okay? I will recite at least 21 times a day. Okay, and you do that, you recite, it will do you a ton of good. Okay, and eventually we'll plant the seeds for you to receive the transmission later when you're a little bit older. Okay, you can sit long now, you have a lot of good things happening, so enjoy yourself. You're young, so enjoy yourself, make good friends, develop your communication skills, okay? Have fun, okay? Pursue your interests. And when you're a little bit older, what's important for young people like you is to build a proper foundation. You know, don't neglect that part of it where your parents need to guide you by example, not by words alone. By example, to be a good person, to be a responsible person. Okay, that's a foundation that you can always count on in the future. I know I sound boring, okay, but that's a long-range planning, okay, and have fun for now. Have fun with your friends. Have fun and explore things, okay. Too soon to learn 42 hands and eyes, I feel, okay. I remember when I was at Master YongHua's temple, we have a young novice program where I was brought in to help out, kind of like babysit them. And that's where I learned the 42 hands and eyes, by watching on the side, by being allowed to watch on the side. Okay? So these kids, they're about 18 of them, ranging from 10-year-old to 17, 18-year-old. And they learn 42 hands and eyes. And it turns out that they all left. They all returned to lay life. Okay? So you see, it's when you're too young, you learn about these things. They're not necessarily helpful at all. Okay. At his age, I would stress more on the foundation stuff, such as communication skills, right and wrong, okay, value systems, okay. Yes, 6.
Master, I'm wondering, for Thai, he used to be very interested in doing Lancet when he was younger, like when he was 7, 8, 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So even like a year and a half ago, he was sitting for like 20 hours at one time.
Yeah.
And then since then, he is not interested in sitting anymore. He's barely sit for like half an hour. So why is that? I'm wondering. Is that because...
Why is that?
Yeah.
Because when was the last time he sat for 20 hours?
I think it's summer Chanqi last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Do you feel not as depressed as before? I'm looking at the mother.
I don't know.
See? I was asking the mother and she gave the phone to the son. I'm asking you, Mom, you feel less depressed than before?
Yeah.
That's why your kid no longer needs to sit. This is what happens to you. Hey, folks, Chan is your best self-defense. If you don't feel good, okay? Don't blame others. Don't reach out for a beer or for a glass of wine, okay? The best way to do it is to cross your legs and endure the difficulty, the turmoil inside there. And when you do that, it's tremendously helpful to you. It calms you down. It changes you for the better. It toughens you up. This is why that kid there, he's very, very tough, because that's what he did. I would love in the future to have a program summer programs where we put it together and we bring in the kids, your kids, or a few kids, selective kids, and train them so that the objective is to toughen them up. Okay? So that they don't crumble under pressure. And part of that is that you need to sit. It's no one else's fault. If you feel bad, it's your fault. And bottom line. Okay? When you keep on running away from yourself, you're always weak. It's no one's fault but your own. So that's why he used to sit for a lot, is because it calmed him down and made him feel more peaceful and feel better. Okay? In spite of his parents. You don't realize how much effect you have on people around you, especially on your children. If you're not feeling good, if you're agitated, so are your children. Conversely speaking, if your children are agitated, and if you come to them, it will calm them down. Don't blame them, it's us. Okay, it's no one's fault. It's not your boyfriend, it's not your girlfriend, it's not a husband. Okay, it's you. Yeah. So kids, when they have blessings, they naturally gravitate towards doing things to protect themselves. And he used to sit because he felt better. And now he says, I don't need to sit anymore because I don't need to feel better. I feel good already. Now let me go have some fun. And you think you understand everything about cultivation, huh? Okay, anyone else? Anything else? It's interesting. We have this big community of people who, like teenagers to people of various ages, different genders, ethnicities, and so forth. And it's fascinating because we learn a lot from it. You all go through your experiences, and it's so enriching. This community, I'm learning so much from cultivating with you. Okay? All right, so feel free to share your experiences, and we can learn from each other. And I mean it. It's not talk. Okay? That's what I heard at my master's temple. I want to learn. We don't need to learn from each other. And then turn around, you raise your hand, can I ask a question? I say, oh, sorry, no more time. You have 5 minutes. Yeah. The most of the time you prepare lectures or talk or reading, and when it comes to, and you have 5 minutes net time of question and answers. Yes, there's a question here online. Go ahead.
Hi, Master YongHua. I suffered a depression since summer, like June, July, and started practicing meditation October. It's really a beginner, and I suffered a lot of pain on my ankle. One of my ankles. The ankle was broken when I was 20 years old, about like 30 years. And then on top of that, I also suffered pain on my knee, the same side. And then on top of that, I suffered the pain on my shoulder, also on the same side. When I do the meditation, it's so painful, I almost like crying. I'm super concerned about this pain experience, because many years ago, I kind of lost my health for some other reason. I regained it, so I'm super concerned with a painful feeling right now. So, what's your suggestion for me when I do meditation? Is the first time I did with you, the 50 minutes. And then it's getting shorter than myself. I'm getting shorter and shorter because of the pain, especially on my knee and the shoulder. I need to use a painkiller. I really suffer. I really need your help.
I'm sorry, somehow the sound is not that clear. Or is it just my hearing? She's too close to the phone, huh? Yeah, the sound issue is always a concern. And at my age, I said, did I lose my hearing today or something? I'm sorry, I missed most of your question. Could you shorten it and please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I've been suffering depression for about a few months and started
much better.
practicing
Okay.
the meditation.
Only 3 months?
But
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then I suffered the pain from my ankle, my
Okay.
knee, and my shoulder since I started meditation. I'm super concerned.
Why would
because
you
of the
wait? Why would you have pain from your knees, your ankle, and your shoulders? Meditation has nothing to do with the shoulders.
I don't know. That's how I feel. My ankle, I broke it like a long time ago.
Right.
And then when I was like that. And
How
then
long
the
ago?
knee
And still
is,
not better?
It's better, like more than 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
I
If
broke
you
my knee.
meditated hard and
Long
started meditation 30 years ago, your ankle would be a lot stronger now. Because meditation will strengthen your bones. Okay, that's a fact. It makes your bones denser. Your entire bones, your entire body, your skeleton, everything bony is denser. Okay, so you need to endure the pain and discomfort for now because it will help with your bones and your ankles. Okay, the knee is, you didn't mention anything about an injury. So the knee is a natural, natural when you start to learn to cross your legs, they will be very uncomfortable and eventually they will become more flexible. It's a natural, okay. Shoulders, I don't know, I have no clues as to why your shoulders would hurt. Anyone? Is that so? You should take her offline and talk and find out what kind of pain it is and so forth, because that has nothing to do with meditation. The shoulder is just something else. It has nothing to do. And if it hurts, it's because there's something wrong there. When you meditate, the chi runs, it circulates a lot stronger around your body. And that's where you discover aches and pains and stuff. That's natural. And that's also part of the discovery where when you meditate, it tells you where your body is not right. Okay? And it happens to many of us way before doctors can determine what the problem is, because even with the tests they administer to you, they are directed at certain types of discoveries, but there are a lot of things that happen inside your bodies that doctors have no clues about, let alone devise a test for it. Okay, and so that's why the pain in the shoulder is a good thing. You sit, it will go away. Continue to sit, it will go away. If it doesn't go away, then long term, then there's an issue there. Okay, you should go see a doctor. But I feel that if you're you're just starting out, so bear the discomfort, train yourself to sit longer. You just heard a boy here. A teenager was able to sit for 20 hours. When you do that, it cleanses your body. The chi flows so strongly that if you sit for example, 20 hours, your shoulder pain definitely, most likely will go away. Okay, and then your ankle will break. I mean, wait. This doesn't sound right. Okay, you should welcome to our club, our community. There are a lot of instructors out there who are very experienced over there in Asia, in China. in Asia that are very, very experienced. They can guide you on and make sure you're okay. I would not worry. Okay. Do we have anyone in the region that can help her out? Okay. Okay, we'll find out who you are and then how to get in touch with you. And don't worry, we'll hold your hands and make sure you're okay. Okay? Things will get better. I promise. Okay? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Is there another question? Okay, very good. Then, if you have no questions, let's discuss one Yang anecdote, shall we? Okay, next one we have is all things leveled by water. Okay. You go, I don't have to go. There you go. All things leveled by water. One day, Wei Shan pointed at the field and asked Master Yang Shan, this field is high over there and low over here, right? Is it correct? Master Yang Shan replied, actually it's high over here and low over there. Wei Shan said, if you don't believe me, you can stand in the middle and look at both ends. Master Yang Shan said, I don't need to stand in the middle nor dwell at both ends. Wei Shan said, in that case, you can look at the water. Water can level things. Master Yang Shan said, even water is unreliable. In high places, it raises a level, and in low places, it lowers a level. Wei Shan thus stopped. Okay. All right. So this relates to the exchanges between two great masters, and in our lineage, Master Wei Shan, Master Yang Shan. So Master Yang Shan had a lot of blessings. He was, he's sort of the quintessential example of excellence in Chan cultivation. Why is that? Because he trained under the best Chan master at the time. So that's the spirit of Chan cultivation. You want the best thing possible for us, for all of us, including myself, is to be able to be trained or practiced under the umbrella, under the guidance of someone who's better than us. Okay? Because it saves a lot of time. And this is the quintessential Chan practice from China. Okay, and that's why I feel that if this is why I personally feel that Chinese Chan is the best I can think of, because of that philosophy. You practice under a great master. Okay? And so, therefore, we should all be always on the lookout for a great master and go and learn from that person. Okay? That's the spirit of Chan. And so here we have the anecdote tells me that the relationship, how Master Wei Shan trained Master Yang Shan. So one day they spent time together, and Master Wei Shan and his student was at the field, and said something as mundane as this field is higher in one end and lower in the other. So he said, yeah, that's what Master Wei Shan says. Okay, you see, the teaching, excuse me, is daily life things. It's not like you need to go into a classroom type of thing and devise presentation materials and take a lot of books, because it's about your wisdom. Okay, so this type of training is to help you develop your wisdom, not knowledge. Okay, now. So Master Wei-Shan said, hey, this field is not level. You agree? Master Yang-Shan says, I agree, but actually it's not level the other way. Okay, the way you say it's not level is wrong. I disagree. It's a level, unlevel the other way around. Okay, you said it's high on this end, low on the other end. I feel it's the exact opposite. It's high on the other end and lower on this end. Okay, and that's here you see the nature of the discourse, the nature of communications. Okay, you will see that that Master Wei-Shan reactions that. Okay, I hear you. Okay, she's very respectful. It's not like you in a patriarchal culture where daddy's always right. Okay, teacher's always right. So it has to. There's a give and take here. So Master Wei-Shan, okay, you disagree with me. So let's do this. Why don't we look at facts? Okay? See, that's the spirit. You see, you want to teach people. You have to be open-minded and have to be able to look at things from the other person's perspective. You can't say that I'm always right. Okay? Teaching is a give and take. Whether you teach an adult or a child, it's always a give and take. Okay, and so he said, okay, you disagree with me, I respect that. Why? And if to prove my point, get to the middle and you look at both ends, you see that actually I'm right. Okay, and Master Yang-Shan said he disagreed with the method. This is a very intriguing point here. Even when Master Wei-Shan sounded reasonable, Master Yang-Shan totally sounded unreasonable. He says, I disagree with you. I don't need to do that. Okay? I don't need to stay in the middle. And furthermore, don't tell me I might go to one end or the other one of the ends to look at it. I don't need to. I don't feel I need to. Okay? And Master Wei-Shan that, you see, okay, so the teacher now needs to find a way to reach the student. It's not forceful. Do you hear, you Asians? Okay? You don't force your views on others. Doesn't matter how stupid they are, how young they are. Okay? You need to negotiate. Okay? As a give and take. Okay? It's an agreement. So he says, okay, you disagree, I hear you. Then I have another way. Why don't we use water? Okay? Water, because water levels things up. And Yang-Shan says, I disagree. So here in this anecdote, Yang-Shan is a bad boy. He says, whatever Master says, I disagree. And Master has reasons, I have my reasons. So this is sort of like sharpening the knives, like Yang-Shan now is at the point where he says, I need to sharpen my knives against my master. I don't know about you, but when you in the presence of the great master, Master Wei-Shan is very stern, by the way. That's my impression of him. He doesn't smile that often. He usually kind of is scary, okay? Very serious. He doesn't have a lot of time to waste. The more disciples you have, the less time you have to waste, okay? And so Master YongHua now is sharpening his knife. He says, I disagree with you. Using water it doesn't work for me either, because you think they level things up. Actually, I feel it's not the case. In high places, it raises the level. In low places, it lowers the level. Do you agree with that? And Wei Shan stopped. Wei Shan stopped is that you passed the test. And that's Chan. That's a Chan. There's a Chan. There's a Chan point. Okay, you are right. Okay, that's why it says Wei Shan, Xiu or Zhi, whatever, is that he stopped. Okay, you're right. Okay, yeah, I accept your li chan, your position. Okay, it's totally acceptable. So what is Yang Shan's point? That's the Wei Shan here, the last slide. It says, the water, just all you have to do is use water. Okay, the water can level things. And Master Yang Shan responds, no, I disagree. Water doesn't level things. Actually, it raises the water when at the high places, and lowers the water at lower places. And Master Wei Shan agreed. It's like when you say to go or come, okay, in English. Go is you from here and you go over there, okay? But you're over there, you're saying you're coming from over there to over here. So that's why there's a difference between go and come. But it's the same point. Am I making sense to you? So Master Wei Shan's point is valid, even if the field is not leveled, and he says, okay, you can stand, you look in the middle, and Yang Shan says, I don't need to look at it. I don't need to look at it. Your method is not necessarily the only way. And Master Yang Shan, he challenges Master Yang Shan, Master Wei Shan. Master Wei Shan, okay, then use water. And Master Yang Shan said, if you use logic, I can counter with logic. I will tell you that actually it doesn't level. Actually, it raises the water level. Before it's level, actually it raises the water. It lowers the other. Okay, and so the point here is that, yes, DTT.
Master, I think in this case, Master Wei Shan is testing Master Yang Shan to show his discrimination mind. And Master Yang Shan, just the way he talked to Master Yang Shan is to point, he just used an example of a different view to show that discrimination is from the mind of Master Wei Shan. So that then after 3 times, and then to try to convince that the things in that field is not the discrimination from the discrimination mind of Master Wei Shan, and then after he pointed out 3 times, and then Master Wei Shan accepted the point of Master Yang Shan.
Excellent. Why do you think he stopped?
Because 3 times is enough of testing, then he didn't need to feel.
Everyone, why did he stop? What is the meaning why he stopped? Why did he stop? His point is valid. Master Z's point is valid. Master Wei Shan is talking about discriminating mind, high and low. Okay, that's how the world function. They're always discriminating, good or bad, high and low. Okay, and and desirable, undesirable. And Master Yangshan says, I don't necessarily have that kind of discriminating mind. Okay? Yes, 6. Why didn't Wei Shan stop?
I think Master Wei Shan is showing if you don't even talk about it, if you don't even engage on saying discrimination is not good, then it's even higher level.
Why did he stop? When you want to teach someone, why would you stop? You stop because he got it already. He tried to stir up his discriminating mind in Yangshan. Yangshan said, I'm not biting. Whatever you say, I disagree. Actually, Yangshan throwing the test back at Master Wei Shan. That's what this is where in this anecdote here, Master Yangshan is ripe. Okay, he's at the level where there's little that Master Wei Shan can help him anymore. Okay, so Master Wei Shan, this is my personal interpretation. Is I'm going out on a limb here. Master Wei Shan, as a teacher, he says, what else can I do for you? What else can I do for him? Okay, so that's why in a teacher-pupil relationship, they're always trying to see, does it make sense for him to be here anymore? Okay, because he's here because in our culture and our spirit of Chinese Chan he's here because he wants to learn from me, meaning the pressure's on me. What do I have to offer him? Okay, so that's why this little test is actually very profound, where he says, let me casually look at his discriminating mind on the most trivial things. Okay, something is really nonsense out there, a field, has nothing to do with anything, and test his discriminating mind. And Master Yangshan picked up right away, said, I'm not biting. Okay, because you have your logic, you are not wrong, but I'm not wrong either, because you said go, I said come, depending on which side you're speaking from. Okay, so that's why when the test was completed, Master Wei Shan had to stop. As simple as that. He said, okay, so he passed the test, so he stopped. Master Wei Shan stopped. That's it. Yangshan passed the test. He got an A+. He's done. Okay, and so that's what a teacher does. He gives you very subtle tests, and we're witnessing here in this anecdote a very, very, very fast test between Master Wei Shan administered to Master Yangshan, and very, very, we're talking about within 2-3 minutes. This is how fast they are. Within 2-3 minutes, Master Yangshan passed the test. It's done. It's over. Okay, so a teacher like Master Wei Shan is always looking for opportunities to gauge where his pupil, his charge where he's at, so that he can decide. So eventually, I feel this is one of the anecdotes, is times where Master Yangshan is getting ready to detach from Master Wei Shan with Master Wei Shan's blessing. Because it's not much else Master Wei Shan can add to Master Yangshan's training. And so therefore, it's time for Master Yangshan to detach, okay, so that he can learn from where? His students. The teacher has to prepare the student to detach from them, okay, and be on their own. When you are a teacher, that's when you learn. You have different perspective then when you are a student, you learn from your teacher. But when you're a teacher, you have to learn from your students. That's a different kind of wisdom, different kind of knowledge and skill you need to develop. Okay? And that's a Wei Yang style of training. Yes, 6.
Maybe my mind is too crooked, but I just think that is it possible in this type of test or interchange is just words, right? Is it possible that someone can say those things in a way that's not discriminating and pass the test, but when things really happen in practice, and then there's something they really personally attach to, they will not able to do the same.
You are right. Okay, you guys are so astute. It's very difficult to pull wool over your eyes now. It turns out that my feeling is that Master Wei Shan knew it already. So these tests are not really tests, but they actually are confirmation from Master Wei Shan perspective. For example, you know that they're ripe already. Okay, they're ready already. But it's always important for you to taste it, to see it's perfect or not. So it's validation. One look at Master Yang Shan, okay, Master Wei Shan knows already. But however, just because you know, you still need to check it out. Okay? Be sure. That's your responsibility. Okay? Now, even the greatest chefs, they've been cooking this Michelin star dish for days on, year after year, okay? And Nobu, whatever here we have here, the same sushi thing, okay? But I assure you, professionally, you still want to taste it every single time. You see? You never. It's your responsibility. Even though you know you follow all the recipe or instinct tells you everything, but you still finally, the final thing is, yeah. Agree? Okay? So yes, you're right. He knows it already. But the test is confirmation. It's not necessary, but it's useful confirmation. And actually what it also do, besides confirmation, is to teach Yang Shan, in the future, you too need to do what I do in order to train your student. Okay? Because Master Wei Shan knows Yang Shan is ready already, but he still needs the confirmation. And that's why in the future, Master Yang Shan will do the same for his students. Okay? Good point. Anyone else? Okay? Nothing else? Okay, we stop here. Thank you, everyone.